Hi, I'm Leo. Today we're going to talk about how hell works in China. Let's start with an assumption. You are dead. In traditional Chinese culture, when you die, you go to the underworld. And yeah, you are no exception. But taking a tour of the underworld is pretty dangerous. You ready? It's your first time dying, so you don't know the way. That's when two guides show up. They are called Black and White Impermanence. Chinese name 黑白无常. They are the soul catchers. Their job is to find you the second your heart stops and drag you here to start your paperwork. Then they throw out their soul-catching chains and hook your soul. Don't try to run away because they've been doing this for thousands of years. They will catch you. They grab you and take you to the next stop, Ghost Gate. Here you meet the two most famous security guards, Oxhead and Horseface. Check your pockets. Are you holding a yellow piece of paper with some red stamps on it? That's your road pass, 路引. In China, when you die, your family burns this specific paper at your funeral. In Chinese culture, burning things is like hitting the upload button. When it burns on Earth, it appears in your hand here. If your family forgot to burn one for you, you are in trouble. You'll be a ghost without a visa, wandering around the entrance like a tourist who lost their passport. So, if you've got the paper, just show it to the Oxhead and Horseface. The two officials check your road pass and personal information. This is like the customs of the afterlife. They ask you about your name, date of birth, and cause of death. If everything's right, you go off to the next stop. If you don't have the road pass, well, let's hope you have some cash. Speaking of cash, take a look at the people around you. Some of them are carrying suitcases full of money. You might see bills that say hell banknotes for like $1 billion. Here's a secret about the Chinese afterlife. It runs on money. Chinese believe that the living and the dead are still connected. If your family burns paper money, which is called 纸钱, that money gets deposited into your underworld bank account. If they burn a paper car, you get a car here. If they burn a paper iPhone, you get a phone. Though the Wi-Fi down here is terrible. Why do you need money if you're dead? To pay for things. You might need to buy a nice meal or show off to other ghosts. Or maybe you want to bribe a low-level clerk to move your file to the top of the pile. And all these things depend on how much paper money your family burns for you. As the Chinese saying goes, money makes the devil push the millstone. Basically, if you have enough cash, you can get anyone to do anything. After you pass the hell customs, we're heading to the main office building. This is the 10 courts of justice. As soon as you step inside, you face the 10 kings of hell. Yep, not just one king, 10 of them. They split the work. Some judge, some punish, some handle rebirth. You go into the first hall. The king of the first hall is called Qin Guangwang. He's in charge of the first round of questioning. Besides asking you stuff, he pulls you over to a mirror called the Mirror of Karma. You stand in front of it. If you did a lot of bad things while alive, every single one shows up. Like, it shows how you killed someone, how you cheated on your partner, even your entire search history. You know, they're all there in 4K. Then, based on what you did wrong, you get sent to different halls and different punishments. For the next 9 courts, each one deals with a specific crime and has its own special punishment. If you lied or tricked people, your tongue gets cut out. Were you a corrupt official? You go straight into boiling oil. Did you treat your parents badly? You are climbing up the mountain of knives. Have you killed too many people? You are going into the blood pool. All those bad guys who got away with it in the real world, they'll pay for everything here, one by one. But here's the good news. These punishments aren't forever. They have a time limit. You do your time for each punishment, then you keep moving through the process. The bad news? That time limit is about 10,000 years or so. But hey, you've been a decent person. You didn't do much wrong. Some good, some bad. They kinda cancel out. So after the first king's hearing, you get sent straight to the 10th hall, the reincarnation hall. The king there is 转轮王. He runs the 6 paths of reincarnation. He checks your score and decides where you will be reborn. Now you've basically done the 10 court sessions. After your cleanup is done, you're almost ready to leave. But the government here is actually a little bit sentimental. They take you to the gazing home terrace. This is a high platform where you can look back at Earth one last time. You see your house, your family, and your friends. You see them crying at your funeral, or maybe you see them logging to your social media and find your posts from when you were a teenager. This is the closure step. It's meant to help you realize that your life on Earth is truly over. Once you see that the world is moving on without you, it's easier to let go and move toward your next life. Wipe your tears, now you're at the final stop, the 奈何 Bridge. At the end of this bridge, there's an old lady named Grandma Meng, Chinese name 孟婆. She's sitting there with a big pot of soup. Everyone calls it Grandma Meng's soup, but you can think of it as a memory wipe smoothie. This is the most important rule of the Chinese afterlife. You can't take your memories with you. If people remembered their past lives, the world would be a mess. You'd be looking for your old bank accounts from 200 years ago. To keep the world running smoothly, you have to forget everything. You drink the soup, and poof, your name, your family, your story, and even this tour, it all disappears. You become a blank slate. Once you drink the soup, you walk into the 6 paths of rebirth. This is the final exit door. Where you go depends on your score from earlier. You hear from other ghosts that there are 6 paths. Most people end up back as humans, but some ghosts are not as lucky. You are worried, fingers crossed. You start praying to be a human again. Or a cat, a ghost, I don't know you. And guess what? You are a nice person, and you are back as a human again, like most people. You step through the door, and the next thing you know, someone is slapping your baby bottom in a hospital room, and you are starting all over again. So that's it. That's the hell tour. Chinese hell is a big, complicated system to make sure that everyone pays for their mistakes and everyone gets a second chance. If you're a nice person on Earth, you'll be treated nicely there too. Now, take a deep breath. Your real life is still there. Make it a good one. Thanks for watching. Hope you find this video interesting. I'm Leo. See you next time. Bye for now.